All right, folks, coming back at you here again. We are going back at it. We're still in the process of making some homemade carp bait. We just pulled some boilies off the oven. They're drying. We're going into our second batch of carp bait, and this is one that I'm a bit more familiar with. And again, there's a lot of different variations. We're basically pulling ingredients from the supermarket versus a Tractor Supply store, feed grain store, those kind of things. So it's probably your most common bait you can use, because the primary ingredient is just oatmeal. So there's a lot of different things you can do to it. We're gonna kind of mix it up a little bit, but this is a cheap bait that you don't have to be concerned about spreading it out over a large area if you're using multiple pulls, and to be able to pull those carp in from long distances. Not only pull them in, but kind of hold them in the area. So this is something that is disposable, so you can just use it without too much concern of the price involved. So let's get right into it. All right, like I said, this is a bit more of a cheap bait. It's disposable. You can spread it out over a large area and not worry about wasting it or having to replace it. Basically, we're using just oatmeal. It's our primary ingredient. I'm not using a ton of it because it is a lot easier to make than those boilies. And if we need to make up some more, we can make up some more day of, what the case may be. But really just kind of just making it just to get us a little bit of extra that we don't have to toss out those boilies over a large area. So anyway, while it's still dry, I'm going to go ahead and put in some Kool-Aid for flavor. Oh, it smells good. Smells good. Making fish bait makes me hungry. Okay, so we're going to stir that up just a little bit. Also, we're going to add some corn syrup. This should make my hands feel really good. We're not going to add a ton. Some. There we go. And whole kernel sweet corn. I'm going to drain the water off of this one. Put that right on you. It should be a joy to mix up. I'm trying to think what else we want to put in here. This is the time to experiment with it, but I think that's primarily what we wanted to do with it. So let's get right in and start kneading it up. Oh yeah. That is a lot of Jello. Or not Jello, Kool-Aid. I think in my last video I called shredded wheat Wheaties. I'm feeling this is going to stain the crap out of my hands. This would be great for gloves right here. And right till I need to add some flour. There we go. Get that worked in a little bit. It's pretty dry. What am I missing here? There we go. We're finally getting to where it's starting to look like something I can use for bait. Nice dough ball carp bait. All right, well, that is oatmeal, sweet whole corn, Kool-Aid. The Kool-Aid definitely made it very pungent. If I did that again next time around, I think I probably would have a pair of gloves on. It didn't stain my hand, but I could see a little bit. And I knew as soon as I put it on, it was going to be pungent as could be. But the finished end result, oh, it's a nice dough bait. Again, you can just put this right on the hook if you want, and don't have to worry about losing it. And you know, super easy, super cheap to make. That was about a third of the time that it took me to make the boilies. Now, it took me a minute or two to get the consistency right, but once I started kneading it and working it, it came together very nicely and smells just awesome with that. It's black cherry Kool-Aid is what I used on that one. So put some corn syrup in there. Definitely started off very sticky. Added some flour to get it to work and knead in properly. But overall, I'm super excited about this. Definitely going to be slinging this out there. Hopefully get hooked up on some monster carp coming up real soon. All right, folks. Well, definitely working on quite a mess, but we're also working on quite a bit of carp bait. This is one that I'm here probably the most excited about. Definitely is the most that closely follows our family recipe, and so I'm excited to kind of incorporate that, and also to kind of expand upon some of these new techniques that I've found. So really this one goes with corn flakes. This is the crunchy honey oats. I think earlier I called shredded wheat Wheaties, so apologize for that. But we're going to get right into this here real quick. I'm just going to dump it in. Again, working on quite a bit of mess here, so I'm going to start smashing that up here in just a minute. I'll jump right into it. Just get it going. See what I'm working with. But you can use bran flakes, you can use Wheaties. I thought the honey oats was a good combination on that. Smells good. I think I'm just hungry. Okay. Get that kind of worked up just a little bit. Cream style sweet corn. Cream style sweet corn. Dump that all the way in. You can buy dried bread crumbs, but we're just going to break up some bread and throw in there also. It can be dry, it can be stale, and you can add water, and it's not going to make any difference, but we're just going to add bread. That may be what I'm missing in some of these other ones. I'm used to dough ball with bread. We're also going to be coming at you here soon with a Rubel family recipe trout dough ball. You'll never have to buy power bait again, so stay tuned with us on that. But we're just going to add some more bread. And we'll jump right in there. Again, I'm working on a good mess here, folks. It's pretty wet. Starting to get to that manageable, a little bit more manageable consistency. Man, it's sticky as can be. Holy cow. Get it out on the... Oh. There we go. It's looking pretty good. That'll work. Oops. Forgot the secret ingredient. Where is it at? The garlic powder. Got to have the garlic powder. There we go. I wonder why it wasn't smelling right. put that on a long time ago. It's about done. All right, folks, well, I worked up a little bit of sweat on that one. I think it turned out great. I love the corn flakes bread combination with a little bit of sweet corn, garlic powder. Oh, yeah. I can just, I'm not taste it, but I can feel it. I can feel it for sure. Anyway, folks, definitely, I can't wait to get this out on the water. We've had rain all week, so kind of been thinking about what we can do around the house to get prepared for when the weather breaks. We got Memorial Day weekend this weekend, so probably going to be doing some fishing, I'm sure. So if you, all right, folks, still going hard at it. We're going to have all kinds of carp bait. We're going to have to catch 100 carp this summer. Stay tuned with us. Hopefully, we'll do it. Anyway, it's all fun and games. We're just gonna go out here and have a great time. We want you to be there with us, so come along, stay tuned with us. Okay, so as far as the Ruble family recipe is concerned, again, we're really trying to do what we can from the supermarket, and one of my father's main ingredients is hog shorts. But you know, as far as feed is concerned, you can use hog shorts, you can use chicken feed. I don't have chickens and I certainly don't have any hogs, but I wanted to keep it at the supermarket, so I was wondering what could I use from the supermarket. So I'm in the pet aisle, and so I thought about going straight for the fish pond feed. I thought that was a little bit of cheating, and also I believe that feed floats, and that's something we don't want. So this is going to be my feed style of bait, and so I selected. I've never used this. I don't think it's going to be any problem, but I got some rabbit feed. I mean, if you can feed a fish chicken feed, you can feed them rabbit feeds. Don't environmentally hurt me in the comments. But I got some rabbit feed and cat food. Now, last year we did some catfish fishing, which really started out as carp fishing with cat food, and all we were catching were cats. So that's kind of how that turned out. So you can do both. I know this is a good tried and true carp bait. We just didn't get any on the hook last summer. So that's going to be the primary ingredients for this is the rabbit and cat food. I really like the way that last one turned out. So I'm going to start though with a little bit of honey oats, crunchy honey oats, but not near as much. I'm going to go ahead and start smashing that up. I don't know how well this cat food is going to stay together. Usually we soak it in water and just put it straight on the hook, but I think I have crushed it up in that, as well as the rabbit food as well, to a point where it will stay together. So again, we're making a carp concoction on this one. A carp concoction. Okay. All right. What else can we add? Should we add some corn? Why not? No, I think I was going to do bread. I think I was going to do bread again on this one. I'm going to put half a can of corn in too. Okay. I'm going to drain the water on the corn. I'm going to get some in there at least. Oh, looky there. Bam! Mix it up. That's about all we need, I think. Add our... Man, this is going to be a big batch. Rabbit food. Cat food. Whoa. Let's get that stuff first. I think we probably should add some of this. Oh, looky. This is going to be a mess here. See what we can do. So that looks pretty good, guys. Look at that. That looks great. Looks perfect. That ought to catch us something. There's all kinds of stuff in there. Okay, we're still going to start adding some flour. There's pretty big particles. Hopefully we can get this into a ball. Woo-hoo-hoo. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Look at those. Look at that. All right, folks, that is it. That is cat food, rabbit food, corn flakes, bread, a little bit of whole corn. I forgot the stinking garlic powder again. I might put that in the bag that I packaged it in. But so there it is. It's four different flavors and styles of carp bait that you can make from home, from the supermarket. Man, I think I've got about 2 hours into it. Again, the boilies took a little bit of time, but these last three were super easy. It took a little bit of time just to kind of get the consistency correct. I think this cat food one is it didn't stick together quite as well just because of the hard chunks. You just can't eat them fine powder like you can with like a cornflake, but I think they'll work great. I'm really curious to see how they'll turn out. But again, we're not done with the topic and the subject. This is just a how-to homemade carp bait from the supermarket. We're going to be doing some how-tos on getting these rigged up, and then also some adventures where we're putting these baits to the test and seeing what we can find out for the flavor and conditions and those kind of things, and hopefully get some carp on the bank for you. So thanks again so much for tuning in. We certainly do appreciate all the support the channel has been receiving here lately. Continue to like and subscribe. Get down in the comments. Let me know how I can improve. And if you have any videos you'd like to see, please mention those as well. We got season 5 coming up, bow season this September. So thanks again so much. We'll see you next time.